What's up, everyone? This is Corey from the OverLook, and we go over the books you may have overlooked. Okay, so we are officially on the back half of Superior Spider-Man. You may have been wondering what's going on with all those villains Otto has been capturing. Well, here we go. Also, we still have the poll going on. Heroes versus horror, or heroes or horror, something like that. I think after today we only have one vote left, so hop over to the community tab and make sure you make your voice heard. And since everyone was so active in the voting, I will actually be covering the winner of the contest next. So after that we will do book 3 of Lock and Key, but I thought since everyone was already excited for it, why not cover it? Anyway, let's get started. Alchemax, the new mega corporation created from the combined properties of Oscorp, Allen Chemical, and Horizon Labs, is under attack. This is the moment Otto Octavius has been waiting for. Under any normal circumstance, he, the Superior Spider-Man, might be glad to see Alchemax come under fire. Their science is nothing compared to his. They are an annoyance, and their destruction would amuse him. In normal circumstances, Otto might say they brought this on themselves. But this attack is not a normal circumstance. They are the Wrecking Crew, and this is supercrime. Some of the members of the crew battle it out in the middle of the street with police officers, while others battle against a new hero, Sun Girl. The last breaks down the outer walls of Alchemax. Otto has worked with the Wrecking Crew before. There's Bulldozer, with the idiotic ability to crush things with his head. Pile Driver, with the power of punching. Their leader, the Wrecker, with the power of using a crowbar. It's hard not to cower in fear. And Thunderball is the smart one. You can tell from the giant metal ball. The only thing that gives one pause is that they all share some kind of Asgardian magic, making them more than a match for the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But today, Spider-Man isn't alone. Inside Alchemax, Miguel O'Hara, the time-displaced Spider-Man from the year 2099, works undercover as Michael O'Mara, the personal assistant to Tiberius Stone. According to Miguel's personal AI, Lila, the Wrecking Crew is after something called the QPE. It's a prototype energy conduit created by Alchemax. And, according to her history records, in 3 days, the QPE will be used to destroy the majority of Old New York. Miguel prepares to jump into battle when a voice booms from the building wreckage. "Attention, imbeciles!" Everyone, Miguel and Sun Girl included, stop what they're doing. That really doesn't narrow it down, does it? Let me be more specific. Attention, imbeciles known as the Wrecking Crew. I advise you to surrender, you foul-smelling, thick-necked morons, as you are outmatched in every conceivable way, but specifically in intellect and power. The members of the Wrecking Crew all look up and find Spider-Man looking down at them. They murmur amongst each other, wondering what the hell Spider-Man is doing. But, on the other hand, he continues, if you want to fight, bring it on, pansies! That last jab seems to be the final straw. The members of the wrecking crew each aim their weapons at the wall crawler and charge in for an attack. However, the wrecker is stopped in his tracks when he is struck by a bolt of lightning. Piledriver is grabbed by someone else flying by and dragged into the air. And Bulldozer is caught within a spiral of sand and thrown across the street. Spider-Man crosses his arms and scoffs as his team converges behind him. Wrecking Crew, prepare to face justice at the hands of the Superior Six. The villains can't believe what they're seeing. Electro? Sandman? Aren't the Sinister Six supposed to be bad guys? What the hell are they doing with Spider-Man? Well, it doesn't matter. If they've turned into heroes, the Wrecking Crew will just have to kill them all. The two teams begin to battle. Spider-Man is the first to strike. Mysterion, Vulture, Sandman, show these villains the error of their ways, just like you've learned and are repenting for. Yes, Otto is laying it on quite thick, not for the Wrecking Crew's benefit, but any witnesses or media in the area. After all, Spider-Man can't be seen cavorting with known criminals, but the world loves a redemption story. However, Otto notices that Sandman is moving rather slowly. He'll need to focus. Hey! I'm talking to you! Aren't those the bad guys? Otto looks over his shoulder and realizes he's been tuning out Sun Girl. Will you be quiet, Sun Girl? I'm concentrating. And besides, bad is relative. The new Mysterio, Mysterion, conjures a giant spider to scare Piledriver. The chameleon turns into Loki. He curses the Wrecker for squandering the sacred Asgardian gift he gave them on petty crimes. While the Wrecker is distracted, Electro flies behind him and strikes him with another bolt of lightning. The Bulldozer, however, is winning against his opponent. He keeps Sun Girl on the retreat. She tries to use her sun blasters to blind the Bulldozer, but he doesn't need to see her to hit her. Within the building, Liz Allen, CEO of Alchemax, asks Tiberius Stone how this could have happened. How could the Wrecking Crew even know about the particle engine? It's still under development. Trials haven't even started. And now, the Sinister Six is here. She can't even tell who is trying to rob them. Across the hall, Miguel is able to grab a hold of the quantum particle engine, all without the need of his costume. Before he can secure it completely, Thunderball, the smartest of the Wrecking Crew, arrives and steals it. Thunderball makes the call to the Wrecker, and the team prepares to head out. Electro sees this and tries to stop the Wrecker, but this time, the Wrecker predicts the attack, turns on his heel, and knocks Electro out of the air with his enchanted crowbar. Electro flies back and crashes into Sandman. The heat of his electricity starts to turn Sandman into glass. The pain is unbearable, and Spider-Man can feel it all through his psychic link. Spider-Man tries to fight through the pain. He tries to regain complete control over his minions. The Vulture drifts mindlessly through the air. bulldozer grabs the bird and slams him on the ground. Chameleon tries to trick Thunderball into handing the device over, but stumbles mid-sentence. Otto's team is falling apart. He needs to pull out. The trial was too soon. Worse, he can feel the villains fighting him. "Are you going to do something?" Sun Girl yells. She doesn't get a response. To her, Spider-Man is just standing there, watching. "No? Well then I am. Hey, ball guy, eat light." Sun Girl points both of her sun guns at Thunderball's back and unleashes a massive beam of solar energy. The blast of light also hits the quantum particle engine, producing a destructive feedback of energy. This momentarily allows the members of the Sinister Six to regain their senses. "Spider-Man," Electro hisses. "Uh-oh, that's not good." Before any of them can react, the Wrecker slams his crowbar on the ground, creating a fissure that splits the earth beneath their feet. Spider-Man can barely think due to the concussive force. Mysterion attempts to stand to his feet. Someone, stop him! Stop him before he can do it again!" "Stop him?" Sandman asks. "Kid, I'm gonna kill him." Before the villains can fully regain their composure, Spider-Man yells, "Stop!" And once again, they're back under Otto's control. Complete submission. As was meant to be. Everything is perfect. Everything is going to be fine. He looks on the ground and sees Sun Girl lying unconscious next to the quantum particle engine. He picks them both up. Now that she sees Spider-Man in possession of the device, Liz Allen stomps out of the building and asks for it to be returned to her. "This device is coming with me," Spider-Man tells her. "Until I determine why the Wrecking Crew wanted it, your little device is safer in my hands." Later, within Otto's secret lab under Battery Park, Otto returns the villains to their holding pods. In another life, Otto was part of a team. He was Dr. Octopus, the leader of the Sinister Six. And while they would occasionally fail him, or betray him, or try to kill him, for the most part, the collaboration was successful. Because unlike the Avengers, the Sinister Six would generally obey him, like a good team should. For several months, Otto has been going to some length to collect the members of his old team, using similar technology that he uses to control his Octobots, or rather, Spider-Bots. He now controls the Sinister Six, each of them subjugated to his will, under his direct control. They are now the perfect team, until he turns them off. The villains regain their consciousness, and each of them begin yelling and banging on their containment cells. Electro says, "When I get out of here, I'm going to fry you until your eyes explode. I'm going to..." "Go ahead, Electro. Try. Each of your cells is specifically designed to negate your powers. Your penance will not be cut short. You thinking for yourself has always been a problem, but that's over now. Because, you see, you're my responsibility. And I intend to make sure that you never hurt anyone again. You've made your beds, gentlemen. Although, if you're thinking about trying to escape, learn from the example of this poor fellow. Spider-Man gestures to the skull of the Russian mercenary that was sent to kill Chameleon. Elsewhere, Sun Girl slowly wakes up in a medical bed surrounded by spiderlings. She's waking up. "Call the boss," one says. "He already knows. He always knows," says another. "Hey, Sun Girl, right? You okay?"
"Head hurts,"
she tells him. Then she realizes who she's speaking to and sits up in her bed.
Where am I?"
"You have to stay here until the boss shows," the spiderling tells her.
"Oh my god,"
she gasps before immediately discharging all of her stored solar energy, pushing back and blinding everyone within the room. Sun Girl grabs her equipment, runs out the room, and finds herself in a giant warehouse.
Think fast. Make good decisions. I'm in this place. Prisoner. Some kind of evil-looking secret hideout. Oh, damn. That's big.
Sun Girl is forced to stop when she sees a giant mechanical spider standing multiple stories tall. Spider-Man lowers himself from the ceiling behind her. "Welcome to Spider Island, Sun Girl. Please don't make me knock you out again. I didn't particularly enjoy it the first time. You've caused me quite a problem, young lady. You need to tell me who you are and where you got that equipment." Across the city, Dr. Edward Lansky is displeased. The wrecking crew was unsuccessful in their attempt to acquire the particle engine. The wrecker reasons that things got complicated, and complicated costs extra. "It doesn't matter," Dr. Lansky tells them. "Once the engine is in my possession, money will be no obstacle. I intend to bleed this city dry." "Well, that's wonderful and such," scoffs the wrecker. "But there's 6 of them and 4 of us. 7 of them if you count the girl. We need more guys." Within a flash of light, the doctor transforms into his costume. He floats into the air and says, "No, you need a team. If Spider-Man wishes to interfere with my plans again, then he'll face Light Master and his masters of evil."